Alright, hello everybody, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another video, and welcome back as always. My name is Blue Devin-Foxy Remastered, folks, and welcome on back to another video. So I probably would want to be making a video right now, so anyways, before we do get right straight into this video, please be sure to give this video a like and comment and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified. Now, as this video I want to probably be going on about is about Marvel. So, before this question does hit the question exactly, which is going to be a very remarkable question, as I probably would go on and on to talk about Marvel. Just only Marvel Universe. That's it. For example, my favorite villain would probably have been Thanos, so I guess I probably would say that kind of counts for something, since I'd say is like, yeah, I'd go with Thanos. I mean, why not? I mean, sincerely, why the hell not? I mean, he has the Infinity Goblet. He could erase literally almost anyone else from existence. So, hey, I'd say I probably would be saying my favorite would have been Thanos. So, let me just go ahead into continuation here and just say this video we're talking about right here, right now, exactly, is that we're going to be talking about is why have I been a less Marvel fan? Since when do I support the bit of the Marvel franchise? Which is going to be likely be added in this exactly, or maybe just whatever exactly, but you know what I mean on the title though, you know what I mean. So, before I say anything else, do I consider myself liking DC? Yes. And do I always think DC is better than Marvel? Well, in that opinion alone, I just want to say that the answer is yes. I've always probably would say the answer is yes, because I prefer DC over than Marvel. Now, don't get me wrong on this question exactly. Is that what do I prefer much more better exactly between two specific rivals from heroes and villains? I'd say DC heroes. Pretty much DC heroes or villains exactly, which I'm just going to say DC villains exactly, that I would probably prefer better than Marvel. So, again, to those who are Marvel fans, just want to let you all know that I'm not trying to diss. I'm not trying to diss anybody around. I'm not trying to like, oh, I'm gonna forward this way. I'm gonna forward this that way. Like, I'm not gonna really do that. Like, see, this is what I'm talking about. I'm not really am gonna do that, because the only answer is why I really am not doing that is because I'd still say again I pretty much am just in the center. By the way, just completely in the center of independent exactly of what I like exactly of DC or Marvel. That's all. Now, are some of them going to be trash? Well, probably some are going to be a little trash, and yeah, I think some could be trash and some are going to be fully trash. But let me just tell you guys this is just why I prefer being less of a Marvel fan, is because the only thing why I prefer being a less of a Marvel fan is just let me tell you guys this. So basically, I probably would want to go on and on just to say is like, oh, how are the Marvel movies going? For the same question, I probably would say for the same reason too. Exactly. Is that I think Marvel stuff is kind of bit cool, a little bit cool, which I gotta say, to be fully honest, that no, I have not made a top 10 or 5 yet, apparently with, however, on most of the occasions, which I know I'm trying to focus on certain videos I'm trying to get out exactly, which I know I'm just gonna try to say that there probably will still be a main continuation of the reaction video going on, which I probably am going to say that there probably will be a 1 from 6 reaction videos apparently. And also, by the way, I actually want to let you guys know too, by the way, that the top 5 and 10, by the way, of my favorite football teams are going to probably be happening soon, which I probably would likely to go on and on to, just to kind of talk about that soon, which I might be able to release it, by the way, after I kind of like, you know, just kind of get on my schedule and kind of get that video out. That way, it probably would be helping a little bit. Exactly. I'm just gonna be revealing my top 5 and 10, by the way, of what my favorites are, by the way. But also, whenever like the favorites are over, by the way, that's when I might be able to talk about the hated teams I might not like. Which, like I said, I can still like extend the time, exactly, just to extend the video schedules that I'm trying to not kind of make videos too rushed, exactly, because whenever like a video gets too rushed, exactly, like here's an example, like for example, exactly, that my hand was freaking cold, like my hand was just freaking cold, like I know I mentioned it anyways, but seriously, it was literally cold when I had to do a parody fight at this point and just trying to get a video done, but yet Fake You wasn't cooperating a little bit because I wanted to like kind of get that out a little bit. So I kind of had decided just to kind of go with like the text box, exactly. Not really fully sure how that would work, but all I'm saying again was that it was kind of a bit simply rushed, which I do kind of say that I wish that physically about the parody fight, exactly. It should have probably would have gotten more video time. It could have gotten more video time. It could have not gotten a bit of a short video thing, exactly, because well, it wasn't my fault just because my hand was freezing because I just wanted to kind of get something done. And yes, by the way, the video itself was rushed, by the way. And that parody fight was rushed as AF. It was rushed because I don't know. I was just wanting to get the video out. That's all I wanted to do. That's just the example part. So, just want to let you guys know that it was just an example. That's it. And, oh yeah, let me just tell you guys this too, by the way, exactly. Is that, well, for physically, for example, that I probably do liked pretty much some of the Marvel movies. Some of them were pretty okay at its peak, which it was pretty okay, which I do tend to say that some are better and some could be shittier, which I could actually agree to different sides from that. But all I'm saying is again that I probably would rather stick with the other Marvel movies I prefer liking better. That's all I'm gonna say. And of course, by the way, I probably would say, ironically, that, well, to be honest, by the way, I have not really talked about, like, pretty much considering about Marvel movies for a long time, since I've never really even talked about those for a long, long ass time. They've been around for a long, long time, exactly. Before when Marvel and DC were still being simply rivals to each other, just like simply being like rivals to each other. So it's all I kind of want to talk about that for that too, exactly. Which it probably would make sense too, how that actually makes sense to know why they're rivals. So not really going to kind of blame at the point again by saying it's like, oh, who won, who was better. Well, in my opinion alone, I'd say this is that I know I've said this like two or like one or two times about that exactly, it's still going to be DC Universe, not Marvel Universe. That's all. Which I'd still prefer DC Universe over the Marvel Universe. So I'm more of a DC kind of a guy, not a Marvel guy. I mean, I probably would be alright as a bit of some less of a Marvel fan, which I don't attend much to probably watch too much of Marvel. I kind of stick with like the DC thing, because I kind of prefer liking that bit better. You know what I mean? Some, like I said, are still going to be shittier, and some aren't going to be really shitty. So that's all I can say, and that's all I can say for the fact. And also, I was, by the way, going to kind of mention about the fact that I was going to kind of mention another video that somehow I kind of disliked it, another movie in DC, which I kind of never talked about that either. So all I'm saying again, it's just a little complicated. It's just to kind of like find out a reason why I would hate something, or I probably would be ironically okay with the movie as long as it didn't kind of like piss me off too much, because the old saying goes sometimes is like, if I get pissed off to something, I'm basically am going to come out here and just start talking crap and just smacking the trash out the window. So it's not my fault. I pretty much would rather be unapologetic because it's not my fault, just because I'll have to basically come up in here and just physically explain what I have to talk about. But just remember, this is just center by center, by the way, just not a full on nonsense exactly, because I don't want to go on the nonsense path. I just wanted to be on the balance path. That way that anybody can understand what I'm referring to and what I'm talking about. That's all I'm going to ask. So, anyway, well, like I said, I will try to see what I can do to find to see, oh, which DC movie did I kind of not like exactly, which I know I was going to kind of save it in a video somehow, but yeah, it's somehow, like I said, it's going to just kind of be extended anyways away, which I know I can't reveal it right now, but all I'm saying is that, well, it's somehow in the 2000s, I'm not really sure, or in the 2000 teens, which I probably am not sure if I could probably try to find it. But the only thing I probably actually will have to disagree about exactly was just that, yeah, some moments for me, I probably have not liked most of that so much, but some, like I said, I liked better, and some I completely dislike much exactly. So that's all I can let you guys know about. That the fact is that hopefully we'll see what happens to whatever necessarily way that possibility that could be actually happening. But like I said, I don't have the answers to kind of make about the hated explanation exactly about that part. Whenever I'll try to like at least find one hated movie that I probably would go on and try to find something. But like I said again, that's just going to be complicated for me to do because I don't have the thumbnail, by the way, just to kind of go on about that. So let's just say it's just going to be more likely extended further away, still in this year 2026, but it's going to be extended somewhere to, like, I don't know, maybe summer, fall. I don't know when that time's going to actually going to be, but and like I said again, I'm at least I'm trying to figure out what I'm trying to do here exactly, and just trying to see what I got to do, for example, and just kind of avoid a bit of mental health, which, I still am trying to stay at the center, which I probably have always have exactly, just to kind of like, just to kind of schedule videos out, by the way, by schedule, so that way I just don't have like a hard time of thinking, because trust me, when I'm a YouTuber, sometimes I always need to think a little bit carefully what I do, which I always have exactly, which sometimes they're going to be the best, a little bit of strong suit, and some of them are going to be a bit off balanced. So all I'm going to say again is I tried sticking to the middle and just stick with that path, because that way it kind of helps anyway with the videos. That's all I'm going to talk about. And no, I've not talked about mental health for some quite a time, because for me, I kind of explained it for myself about that. But that topic, like I said, will be kind of bit saved in the future a little bit. I don't know when that depends for that, but all I'm saying again is, who really knows? What really could really happen, and who knows what could happen anyway by any reason. So let me just go ahead and say this, for example, that I probably would be less of a Marvel fan and pretty much am more of a DC fan. So just want to let you guys know that and just kind of get this done. So that way the video would be finished. So anyways, this being said, I hope that you guys enjoy this video, and I want to let you guys know that my top 5 and top 10 stuff are going to be happening soon. After when I do, in fact, get a YouTube short out, by the way, just to, like, get one YouTube short out, and then finally I might probably be able to kind of talk about is, well, my top 5 and top 10 teams that I probably like, or pretty much likely dislike exactly. So we're going to only just go into the positive thing. Only the positive, not negative right there. I mean, negative will only be saved for second later. First will be saved for positive because, I just want to go into the positive first, then less to the negative to the second, by the way. So that way it probably would help and make sense. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and hopefully a show that hopefully we'll get to see what happens by any chance too. So thank you all so much for watching. Please be sure to give this video a like and comment and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified so that you don't miss a single video that comes on this channel. So take care everyone, have an awesome time, an amazing day, and I'll see you guys soon, in fact, absolutely, in the next video. So take care, goodbye, and I'll see you guys for the top 5 and top 10 favorite teams. That's all. It's just gonna be only my main channel right now. That's all I'm gonna talk about. It's just only gonna be on my main channel as we're speaking. So, this being said, thank you and sayonara. See you guys for the next video. Signing out and take care and goodbye. See you guys later and out.